The roar of the crowd sounded like waves that never receded. The stage lights slowly dimmed, and then a single spotlight fell directly at the center of the arena. There stood a man with a calm gaze, squared shoulders, and an aura that was difficult to put into words. When his name was announced as Best Pop Dancer, the entire room seemed to pause for a moment before erupting into prolonged applause. That night was not just another ordinary awards ceremony. It became a milestone in the long journey of an artist named Kim Taehyung, known to the wider world as V of BTS. The award was not something that arrived suddenly. It was not the result of a single viral performance, nor merely a product of global popularity. The title of Best Pop Dancer now attached to Taehyung is the accumulation of years of dedication, hard work unseen by cameras, and perseverance built in silence. Many fans were moved to tears, not only out of pride, but because they truly understood the story behind that achievement. Looking back to BTS's early debut days in 2013, Taehyung was more often recognized as the group's visual with a deep and distinctive baritone voice. He captured attention through his unique facial expressions, distinctive stage presence, and warm vocal color. In discussions about dance technique, his name was rarely mentioned as the most outstanding. He was not immediately labeled a dance machine like some of his fellow members. Yet, that is precisely what makes this award so meaningful. Behind his relaxed smile, Taehyung went through a long process. He practiced for hours, studying choreography details with near-obsessive precision. He observed every movement, repeated parts that felt lacking, and sought to understand not just the steps, but the very soul of the dance itself. For him, dancing was not merely about following counts or shifting positions on stage. It was a way of telling stories without words. Over time, the transformation became clear. His posture grew stronger, his body control more refined, and his expressions deeper. In dark and intense concepts, his gaze could captivate an audience. In sensual, charismatic performances, his movements were controlled yet fluid. When performing softer, emotional concepts, he seemed to paint in the air, each arm a brush sketching feelings into space. Professional choreographers began to notice his musicality. They observed that Taehyung possessed a sensitivity rarely found in many pop dancers. He knew when to restrain his energy, when to explode into dramatic dynamics, and when to let silence become part of the narrative. In the world of dance, such ability is not merely technique. It is intuition honed through discipline and artistic honesty. This journey, of course, was not one he walked alone. The positive environment surrounding him became an essential foundation for his growth. Within BTS, Taehyung grew alongside 6 other members who supported and pushed one another to improve. Their encouragement was visible not only on stage, but also in the long and exhausting hours of practice. They understood that one person's success was a shared success. His relationship with the members of BTS is known to be warm and playful, yet built upon strong mutual respect. When Taehyung showed growth in dance, the members did not hesitate to offer praise and support. Such a positive atmosphere created a safe space for him to experiment, learn, and even fail without fear of judgment. In the high-pressure world of entertainment, that kind of environment is an invaluable blessing. Beyond the group, his circle of friends outside the stage also played an important role in his life. Taehyung is known as part of the Wooga Squad, a friendship circle that includes prominent figures in South Korea's entertainment industry such as Park Seo-joon, Park Hyung-sik, Choi Woo-shik, and Peak Boy. Their friendship is known to be close, warm, and far removed from sensational headlines. On several occasions, Taehyung has mentioned how meaningful their support is in maintaining balance in his life. A healthy circle of friendship gives Taehyung space to remain himself. Amid tight schedules, global spotlight, and high expectations, he has a place for emotional rest. The positive energy from that circle helps keep his spirit burning. When someone is surrounded by people who sincerely support and believe in their potential, the process of growth becomes stronger and more grounded. The title of Best Pop Dancer seems to answer all the hard work that may have long gone unnoticed by the public. Many see the results on stage, but not everyone witnesses the late-night practice hours, the exhausted muscles, and the effort to perfect even the smallest details. Taehyung proves that excellence does not arrive instantly. It is built slowly, through consistency and love for the craft. Interestingly, Taehyung's reaction upon receiving the award was far from excessive. He smiled softly, bowed respectfully, and expressed his gratitude with sincerity. There were no dramatic gestures, no exaggerated celebration. It was precisely this simplicity that made the moment even more touching. It was as if he wanted to say that this award was not a finish line, but merely part of a much longer journey. For ARMY, the name given to BTS fans, this moment felt deeply personal. They witnessed Taehyung's evolution from the very beginning. They saw how he gradually expanded his spectrum of abilities, how he challenged himself to step beyond his comfort zone. Each performance became a testament to steady growth. When the world finally offered official recognition, many fans felt as though their unwavering belief and support had been rewarded as well. More broadly, this award also sends an important message about the definition of success in the pop industry. In a culture driven by instant virality and fleeting trends, Taehyung's story reminds us that strong foundations are built through process. He never forced an image of being the best dancer. He simply kept practicing, kept learning, and let the results speak for themselves. Now, when the world calls him Best Pop Dancer, the title is not merely a symbol of individual achievement. It represents dedication, wholehearted effort, resilience, and the power of a supportive environment. It stands as proof that when talent is combined with discipline and surrounded by people who bring positive energy, the results can exceed expectations. Taehyung today is a more mature version of who he once was. Yet one thing remains unchanged: his love for the stage. Every time the music begins and he moves, there is an honesty that can be felt. His movements are not merely choreography, but emotions translated into body language. That is what makes him different, and perhaps that is what ultimately led the world to grant him this title. This journey is far from over. If there is one thing the public has learned from Taehyung, it is his ability to keep growing and surprising. The title of Best Pop Dancer may be a significant milestone, but for a true artist, there is always more to explore. In the end, this story is not merely about an award. It is about process, about the courage to grow, about perseverance maintained in silence, and about the strength of a supportive environment. Kim Taehyung proves that with wholehearted dedication, consistent hard work, and a positive team and circle of friends, a person can transcend the labels once attached to them. And when the stage lights shine again at the next performance, the public may see him in a slightly different way, not only as a captivating visual or a vocalist with a warm baritone voice, but as a best pop dancer who dances with his heart.